Were it not for the war in Ukraine, the starting point of this speech to Tory conference could have been so very different.
As we meet today, a tragedy continues to unfold in our European continent.
Boris Johnson projecting gravity, promising security, protecting against risk.
If Putin succeeds in crushing Ukraine, it will be the green light for autocrats everywhere, in the Middle East, in the Far East. This is a turning point for the world, and it's a moment of choice. It's a choice between freedom and oppression.
Seeking, sometimes crudely, to join the dots between the fight against oppression in Ukraine and the freedoms he seeks for Britain too.
It's the instinct of the people of this country, like the people of Ukraine, to choose freedom every time. When the British people voted for Brexit in such large numbers, I don't believe it was because they were remotely hostile to foreigners. It's because they wanted to be free.
Then this, an incendiary charge that a furious Labour Party rejects entirely, that his opponents would not stand up to Putin.
Do we want them in charge, my friends, at this moment? Do we want them running up the white flag? Do you see them standing up to Putin's blackmail?
It's not normal to have a Tory conference like this one with the Prime Minister delivering a foreign policy-heavy speech. But the political message isn't that subtle. Boris Johnson was telling his activists a story about a government with purpose that's delivering with morality at its core. Very different from the kind of headlines these activists were reading about earlier in the year.
Next, Mars.
6 weeks ago, plenty of Tories were talking about ousting Boris Johnson from number 10.
They won't be doing that now. I think everybody's behind him. He's actually got all the cabinet and all the Conservatives behind him now.
And does anybody think it matters if the police decide to issue him with a fine for breaking rules during Partygate?
No.
He's an excellent leader which will lead the country.
What, I say Partygate, you say?
Boris is the leader. Yes, Boris is Boris.
Boris Johnson's oldest friend in cabinet accepts his fortunes have changed since the war in Ukraine.
I don't think there is any conspiracy, Sam. I think let's just see when this report arrives. But at the same time, I think we are all reminded that in many parts of the world, what is on their mind is their security, their economy, recovery post-COVID.
But Tory MPs not quite ready to face the electorate yet.
Ready for an election next year?
I hope not. I've got lots to do in Stoke-on-Trent Central.
Deconstructing this conference, it appears the party has given Boris Johnson another chance. But will the voters walk away? Sam Coates, Sky News, Blackpool.